Hello everybody, we're going to take a look at the print statement in Python. Now within idle, as soon as I type print and open parenthesis, idle's going to tell me what the print statement is asking us to do. Now if I just close this and just say print like that and hit F5 on a Windows machine, or since I'm on a Mac I have to do FN F5, it's going to ask us first to save, and I'm going to save this in my documents underneath the name Python print, and when it runs you see that it just printed a blank line, and that blank line is because the print by default, and we'll take a look at this, by default it says I'm going to end every line with a new line. New line means go down to the next line. Now what is it saying here with value and the three dots? Value is what I want printed, and I can have numerous things to be printed as long as I separate them by a comma. The sep says by default I'm going to be putting a space wherever there was a comma that is separating the items I want to be printed. And these last two things are kind of advanced. Flush says to the print statement, do I want you to immediately print, if that is true, or since it's false that says wait until there's enough to actually print. Enough being that I filled up what is known as a buffer, and a buffer is a temporary holding spot. This spot right here where it says file, it's saying where I'm printing to. Now Python, as well as many of the modern programming languages, were originally developed on a Unix system, and sys.stdout says in geekese print to the terminal. If we wanted to in the future, like in the advanced Python course, we could change this to wherever we want to print things out to. Now let's do the traditional hello world. That's normally what people print in their very first program. So when I run this by again doing F5 on Windows or function F5 on a Mac, you will see that it comes out with hello world. Now let's take a look at what happens if I do hello, comma, and then world within quotes. Now a string in Python is anything that's between single quotes or double quotes. They have to match, and a string is the nerdy way of saying words or a sentence. It's essentially stringing a bunch of characters together in order to form something. I'm going to run this, and we will see that the output looks the same, but the way that we achieved it is completely different. First we have the space as part of the string. Now we're telling Python to print two strings. Let's take a look at what happens when we change the separator. I'm going to change the separator to a minus sign, and instead of having a space there, we're going to see hello hyphen world. let me hit F5 again, and we're going to run it. Oh, it came back saying there's an error, and that's because this, I accidentally pasted it. Now it should print, and lo and behold, we've got hello-world. Now let's try this a different way to get the same output. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make two separate print statements, and they have to be on two different lines. But now I'm going to, in this spot, say end is equal to a space. So normally it would move to a new line, and let's take a look at what normally does first. And we will see, whoops, let me cut this. And let's run it again. And you'll see that hello and world appear on two separate lines. But when I have this end equals in there, what it's going to do is it is going to appear on the screen like what we had before, but again, we've done it in a different fashion. So far we've done three different ways to get the same output. One thing that's not in your book is that the print has a capability of doing a repetition of whatever is inside single or double quotes. And if I do say times 7, what this is saying is repeat this string 7 times. And we're going to go ahead and run it, and we should get the word hello, and then on a different line 7 minus signs, and then on another line world. And sure enough, we do. Okay, if there's any questions about the print statement, please let me know, and I hope everybody's doing well and having fun. Take care.